Hey guys, it's Kelly here, and I just wanted to give an update on how One Book July turned out. I did stick with my bullet journal all through July. Certainly learned a lot of lessons, and I think I will be sticking with the bullet journal at least for daily task tracking, but with a couple of additions. So here we go. I'll just recap briefly. I have the typical index layout, typical forward planning. I did end up putting this from my personal size ring planner in there just because I needed that year overview. I've learned I'm a very visual person, so I need the matrix, the monthly matrix. So note, future planning still not figured, still not planned out. So this was the monthly overview, and I do still have some tasks to migrate over to August. I'm just setting up my August now. So I showed this previously, standard layout. I did add some weather icons and things because that is something I do like to track. And then I have some collections. So this is a list of Girl Scout tasks, my running log, craft projects, which I sadly have not had much time for lately. My stencils I showed before, mild liner and ink test page, and then back into my dailies. Now, the last time I think I updated, I was preparing to go to the Beachbody Coach Summit, which was amazing. Oh my gosh. Got to see Rachel Hollis and Jade Simmons both talk, and they were amazing. So I have a packing list here, and I'm really glad to have this so that next year when I go to Summit, I kind of have this to start off of. I don't have to figure it out fresh again. My daughter's party planning, a house to-do list. Obviously, I didn't get very far on that. Okay, so I did attempt, when this was a really crazy week, I did attempt a weekly review, an overview, so that I could put an overview of different meetings and things that I had. Now, this is when I was actually at the Beachbody Coach Summit, so notice I didn't really keep up with that because it all went into my notes. So here's my daily notes, and then once the summit started, I had a lot of notes from the amazing talks that were given. So what I did was I put a label on the side of all those pages and highlighted it. Page numbers are noted in my index, but that way when I'm flipping through, I know those green highlights are all from the same collection of summit notes. So flipping through, that goes through there, and then I'm back to my typical dailies after the trip. So that worked out really, really well for me. I did the same thing for a class that I was taking, so similar type of thing there. And then again, back to another session. I went to a training for Toastmasters, so these are notes for that. So again, the color coding on the bottom this time. So I had a few weeks with a lot of events that required a lot of note taking. So I was very happy to have the one notebook to put everything into. And then again, back to dailies, still using that asterisk to mark completed pages that had been processed. So I know I don't have to go back to any tasks on there. I used a sticky note in this case to write down meal options. I don't tend to meal plan like specific meals for specific days. I tend to do this and make a sticky note of options that I know we have everything on hand for during the week. And then I kind of tailor what we're having each day based on extracurricular activities, or, you know, if we're home or in meetings all day, and, you know, if I need to set up the crock pot because we're just not around. I did set up some calendar lists here. So this is the religion class calendar for my daughter. This is our school calendar for the year, so I can refer back to dates on that list. And then again, right back into the dailies. You can see as the month went on, I did get a little more liberal with using some stickers just to pretty it up a little bit. Some more notes here that I left room for a collection, and more of the typical. I mean, this has really been working out well for me. This is where I'm just now starting to set up my August. So I did leave that spread, but then started my list here. August 1st was with July over here. So that is where I'm at. I made it through page 95, basically. Not bad for 1 month. I am super happy with the quality of this. This is the Exceed notebook from Walmart, and this one is the dot grid, so you can see the dots there. I've used, let's see, on a few pages, I can't find them specifically now, but I have used fountain pen with Noodler's ink on this, and no bleed through at all, no ghosting. At least no more than this, which is a standard gel fine point. So super happy with how this little experiment turned out. Going forward, I won't exclusively be using this just because I do need that monthly spread, that big matrix layout, especially now that we have school dates to add in, extracurriculars. There are so many times that I have to keep track of, and I just need the visual. Having the list format like this, I even tried putting lines to delineate weeks. So like between the Sunday and Monday, putting a line across. It's just not enough of a visual for me. So I really do prefer that visual layout. But that being said, I did buy a Recollections coil bound planner, typical vertical layout, just very basic, so that I can have that for using the monthly matrix, doing the pretty planning with my stickers that I have, because I do enjoy that creative side. However, this is going to be the workhorse. So that I do not plan to bring with me very often. That will be more the stay at home. And then this will be the workhorse that goes around with me. And for instance, I went to the hairdresser and I had to schedule on my next appointment in September. And based on this, I was able to pick a date. And as soon as I got home, I wrote that date into the matrix style calendar. And I was able to confirm that I wasn't missing any appointments. That date worked, that time worked. So I think that's kind of the method I'm going to be using for now. And yeah, that's where we're at. So success for the bullet journal. Love the method. Love the mentality behind the entire methodology. It is so much more in-depth and meaningful than I would have ever guessed, just based on what I had seen on Pinterest and seen on Instagram that other planners who use the bullet journaling method do. So I am finishing out the book. I'm in the very last chapters of it. Loved the book, loved this experience, and I'll definitely be incorporating it into my daily planning and my general planning going forward. So that's the update for now. I'll see you next time.